Hello, this is Ryan Fritz with Science of Cardio, delivering the latest and greatest and the pros and cons of exercise science. Hello, this is Ryan Fritz with Science of Cardio. Today we're talking about light spectrum therapy, or also known as chromotherapy, and the benefits of light spectrum therapy. What is light spectrum therapy or chromotherapy? Light therapy is a simple process in which a specific wavelength of light is projected onto the skin. The light causes chemical reactions in the target area. Light therapy is a driving force for our circadian rhythm and our hormones. It tells us when to wake up and when to go to sleep. The benefits of light therapy or chromotherapy are pretty wide-ranged and significant, so I'm going to dive right in. There's quite a few of them. Light therapy drives our mood. It gives us energy. So when you think about when the sun comes up in the morning, we wake up and we get energized. It can help with focusing or staying focused. It also influences our sleep patterns and our hormones and our circadian rhythm. Another benefit of light therapy is productivity, mental awareness, and focus. So you can have a better zeroing in or focus from light therapy. It is shown that vitamin D is synthesized through different light spectrums. There is evidence and research that states that light therapy reduces dental decay. It improves scholastic performance of students. And with these benefits, there's an influence on SAD, seasonal affective disorder, which is kind of the winter blues or being kind of down in the dumps when it's raining out. So SAD, seasonal affective disorder. It also can influence jet lag. If you have the right light, you can work through jet lag. Light can influence depression, and it can also decrease depression with certain lights. There's been research showing that light therapy can reduce dementia. Light therapy is used for cancer patients and helping recovery and repair. Light therapy is also used for sleeping disorders and insomnia. It can also be used for ADHD. So light therapy has an influence on inflammation. It's also known as an anti-inflammator. This can have influence on alopecia or hair growth. It is noted or studied that light therapy influences Alzheimer's disease. It can help with type 2 diabetes and obesity, with healing and repairing the tissues, and also decreasing inflammation in the body and the cells in the blood. It is also known that light therapy helps reduce arthritis and lowers tendinitis. So next we're going to get into the cons, or kind of the negatives, with light therapy. So as I was researching this, I came across some interesting information that I'd like to share. So not everything is, black and white, awesome or bad. There's some gray. Like anything else, you got to kind of pick and choose if this modality is appropriate for you. You might want to talk to a specialist or a medical professional who's licensed in light therapy rehabilitation. A con of light therapy can be eye strain. Certain lights affect your cones and rods in your eyes at different levels. So you might want to research kind of the eye strain. Sometimes you'll see pictures or videos where people are doing some sort of therapy modality and they have glasses or eye covers, or their eyes are just closed. So food for thought. It can influence headaches to increase them depending on certain people and their genetics, or it can lower or decrease headaches. So that is a individual kind of response that you need to be aware of. Light therapy can also increase or influence nausea. You might have a reaction or feel nauseous through light therapy. There's also studies or reports that talk about irritability and agitation. So the light therapy might negatively affect you. So you will have to kind of take mental note and again talk to a medical professional to see if this is the proper modality for you. Light therapy can influence mania or depression. It can have a response of euphoria, and it can also create a hyperactive kind of state in your body. So the Mayo Clinic says light therapy may trigger mania in some people with bipolar disorder. So again, talk to your doctor, kind of research, find out information if light therapy is for you. Another con with light therapy is ultraviolet rays. or ultraviolets can cause the skin and eye irritation, aka skin cancer. Just heads up, there are some lights out there that have ultraviolet that you can use for growing plants indoors or crops. So if you're going to buy kind of a home kit or do it yourself, make sure that you don't use or don't get the ultraviolet ray because it will damage your skin. So from the Mayo Clinic, the UV light released by tanning beds can damage your skin and greatly increase your risk of skin cancer. So we want to be careful when we're using certain lights, and there are lots of different types of lights out there and different light systems that you can buy that have the full spectrum of all the lights. So do your research, kind of figure out what you're looking for, what your goal is, and find the pros, cons, the benefits, and the negatives of each light color and the light therapy. So I'll go over the different types of light therapy. The biggest one that most people know is red light or infrared light. So red light affects the epidermis or the skin. Infrared can penetrate a little bit deeper than the red light can. So benefits of red light: improves collagen production. So the kind of tissue and cells of your skin and your scar tissue will be influenced and help with repair recovery. Red light therapy influences mitochondria for cellular repair. So this improves healing and repairing of the tissues. Red light therapy also increases circulation, recovery, and muscle repair. Red therapy has been studied and also shown to improve oxygen to the cells. It can improve vision. It can protect your cells from damage. It also has been shown to reduce wrinkles. It is primarily used in the medical field as wound healing. It can improve bone recovery. It can reduce pain and is also known as an anti-inflammatory modality. So again, like I said before, alopecia, Alzheimer's, type 2 diabetes, obesity, psoriasis, arthritis, and tendinitis all are helped by red light therapy. So blue light therapy, blue light affects your circadian rhythm. So the best example that I can use for this is when the sun comes up in the morning, the sky turns blue. So this triggers us to kind of wake up and get our day started. So the circadian rhythm is kind of our wake-sleep cycle, and the blue light helps us with sleeping. So it kind of gets us started and gets us going into kind of our day, and that sets the circadian rhythm clock for us to be up, do our thing, and then go to sleep. So again, the blue light also influences our hormones. It has a big influence with oil glands. It is an antibacterial, so that means it kills bacteria and funguses. So blue light is typically used in the medical industry for acne and kind of skin problems, bacteria or funguses. Blue light promotes anti-inflammation. It decreases scarring. So if you have scars, it might improve and help with scar tissue. There was some information I found that said a caution on kind of a higher risk for skin cancer with blue therapy. It said that if you have skin moles, you could have a higher risk of skin cancer. Also, if you are using blue therapy at the wrong time of day, if you're using it at night, it will affect your sleeping. So you don't want to really use it at night before you go to bed. It's more of a wake up first thing in the morning type of modality. Blue light is also not recommended for babies, infants, and can also have eye damage associated with it. So again, just food for thought, research, figure out if this is something you want to dive into, use, and consult a medical professional before you start using blue light therapy. So we'll get into green light. Green light is known for soothing and calming both the physical and mental side of your body. Green also is associated with kind of waking up when you are outside and the sun comes up, you see the trees and the leaves, and there's this green color as you kind of start your morning. Green light regulates melatonin production. So again, this has an influence with the circadian rhythm, or your kind of wake and sleep cycles. it will regulate your sleeping and get you kind of going. Green light is also known for pain management and also decreasing migraines. Again, it is a kind of a calming, soothing type of light that decreases anxiety. Green light can also accelerate the sleeping process, again by using or regulating melatonin. Green light therapy can accelerate the sleep process by regulating melanin production. Green light is also used for rejuvenating the skin. It is an antiseptic or has antiseptic properties and can also be used as a detoxifier. Green light has been shown and proven to relieve tension in the blood vessels and lower your blood pressure. Green light influences the nervous system as a sedative. It is also used as a medical modality for anti-aging and anti-inflammatory, and it helps decrease stress. Another interesting thing that I came across with researching green light therapy is because of the decrease in stress or the calming effect, it really helps with grieving. And this might be something that you could use at a certain time if you're, grieving a death. UV or ultraviolet, we kind of already touched on a little bit. Basically, this is kind of what causes skin cancer. It damages the skin and it's not recommended. So I would kind of nix or avoid or stay away from ultraviolet rays or ultraviolet light. So orange light therapy. Orange light therapy has been known to improve scarring and aging spots. It influences or promotes more energy, or ATP, which is adenosine triphosphate. So it gives you more energy. Orange therapy also decreases inflammation, and it will help with better mental clarity. Yellow light therapy has been shown to reduce inflammation. It helps stimulate lymphocyte production, so it essentially improves cellular function and immunity. Yellow light can help with toxin and eliminations of toxins. Yellow light therapy helps to heal psoriasis and eczema. Yellow light therapy reduces redness and rosacea with your skin. Yellow light can reverse or have a beneficial on ultraviolet radiation damage. And yellow light also helps with lymphatic drainage. So this might be a good modality if you're not able to physically move around. This might improve lymphatic drainage for a sedentary person with yellow light therapy. Yellow light has also been shown to help with cellular growth. So this is a double-edged sword. If you have cancer, we might not want to use yellow light. We don't want our cells to grow or change shape, deform, or metastasize. If you're using yellow light therapy, it can also improve digestion. So the next light therapy modality is purple or violet. So this is different than ultraviolet. It's not as intense. I'll just say purple light therapy so that we kind of understand that it's different than ultralight. Violet or purple therapy helps with inflammation reduction. It also increases cellular regeneration, so it helps repair those cells and heal damaged cells. Purple light therapy improves skin and scarring. It can also energize our mind, so it might get you in a good mood if you're kind of down. So white light therapy, this is kind of what we are exposed to a lot when you're kind of outside, and certain lights that you can buy at a hardware store or for your house, we can get into that white light spectrum. So white lights, they help energize us. They get us motivated and kind of get our mood going. They improve concentration and focus. White light therapy can help with collagen production. So this helps with ligaments and connective tissues. White light therapy decreases pain and inflammation, and it also can influence or lower depression. White light therapy can also be used for decreasing jet lag and also can help decrease drowsiness. If you're in a jet lag or really drowsy situation, you can use a white light to kind of help with that. Another type of light therapy is called cyan. It can be used for calming or soothing skin irritations, and it also has been proven to reduce swollen capillaries. So this might be a medical type of kind of procedure or therapy modality that can help with the skin and help reduce swelling with your blood vessels and capillaries. So when you're looking online and shopping around, if you want to purchase a light therapy or spectrum system, they make LED lights and they do not contain ultraviolet rays. So again, not damaging to the skin, a little bit better, healthier for you. So I'll go over some types of systems or modalities of light spectrum therapy that you can use or purchase. I'm not going to get into a lot of information with this because there is too much to go over and cover. So I'm just going to briefly cover this. So there's a couple different types. You have a dawn simulator, which is basically kind of that light that is coming up over the horizon when you wake up in the morning. You have a light box, which is basically just kind of this box that you plug in and you can kind of hold it up to your face to get different light therapies. There is a natural spectrum light bulbs, so you just plug those into a lamp or a ceiling. You have blue wave technology. There is a modality called a bright light sun visor. There's also timers that have lights that will wake up with certain lights, and there's also glasses. They look like sunglasses you can put on. They all have different types of colors and light spectrums. So do your research, check those out on the internet. Again, you have to kind of figure out what you want as a goal, what you're looking for. I like the spectrum light bulbs. They make some ones that you can adjust what color. There's some modalities that's just kind of, this is red therapy only, this is a green or blue therapy or light. So you have to kind of look around for those. So as far as recommendations go for light therapy, we'll go over kind of the intensity. The intensity of light is measured in lux. So this is the amount of light that you receive. So the recommended intensity for light therapy is between 2,500 lux and 10,000 lux. Again, talk to a medical professional, do some research. There is, different effects that those intensities have. So educate yourself and learn and find out more information about the intensity of the lights and the therapy. Also, the colors have different intensities and different effects on the body and the mood. So just research. As far as duration goes, typically a normal light therapy session is about 20 to 30 minutes. Again, this is something you have to check with the manufacturer guidelines. If it's a low intensity or low lux, it might take a little bit longer to get benefits. If it's a super high lux therapy, this might be something that, 20 minutes will suffice. So, read, research, talk to professionals, find out the best info that works for your goals. And then the timing recommendation is dependent on your goals and what you're trying to get as results. As I mentioned before, blue and green light therapy is more of a morning modality. This starts the circadian rhythm and it influences our sleep cycles and also our hormones. So this is something I would do in the morning, and I would not recommend doing it at night before you go to bed or you're trying to go to sleep. On the opposite of that spectrum is red light therapy. And red light is great to do before you go to bed. It helps to calm your body. It relaxes your mood. And this is something that would be great right before bed. If you think about these three different colors, the blue, green, and the red. If we go back a couple million years ago, you're sleeping outside under the stars. When the sun comes up, you see the green grass, the earth, and you see the blue sky. So this wakes us up, kind of gets us moving and our day started. Then at night you might have a fire. You were cooking something to eat and that fire is glowing red and kind of the amber reddish color. These have been evolved in our human bodies and genetics for millions and millions of years. So I think that is why our bodies do well with certain colors at certain times of the day. So again, food for thought. So I'll get into tips. So one thing that I found while researching light therapy is SAD, or seasonal affective disorder, which is kind of this, winter blues, or you get sad when the sun is not out, maybe on a rainy day. So some other tips that I found in researching light spectrum therapy is kind of the winter time if you have access to it, light therapy would be great to do daily. We typically have lower vitamin D levels, and our hormones and certain chemicals in our body are lower when it's cloudy out, when we're not getting sunlight. Seasonal affective disorder usually takes place kind of in wintertime. So the tip is, in the summertime, if you're out getting sunshine, you probably don't need as much of the indoor light therapy because you're getting it naturally from the sun. But in the wintertime, when you don't have it, you're not access to outside and you are limited, this might be a great tool to kind of keep your mood, your hormones, and your vitamins and minerals and your body functioning optimally. All right, so I'll go over a real quick find that I found on the internet. It's called verywellmind.com, and it's called Best Light Therapy Lamps, and it's kind of the 2020 top 8 best light therapy lamps. So there's some different modalities, and I'll just go over them. So the overall best light therapy was called the Circadian Optic Luminant Light Therapy Lamp, and it is designed to filter out 99.9% of UV rays. Okay, another one is called Best Alarm Clock. It's made by Philips, and it's basically a wake light that goes off with your alarm, and the light therapy lamp naturally comes on at sunrise. So best budget is the Verilux Happy Light. It's a portable light or lamp, and it's very light. It's 1.5 pounds. The best SAD or seasonal affective disorder light therapy is called the Carix Health Day Light Classic Therapy Lamp, and it filters 99% of UV rays. The best blue light is Philips Go Light Blue Light Therapy Lamp, and it has 5 light intensity settings. The best for the office light therapy is the Carix Health Sunlight Light Therapy Lamp. It's a lightweight product that you can use while at work. And the best floor lamp is called the Lavish Home Full Spectrum Sunlight Lamp, and it has a flexible neck that you can adjust to any angle. So those are just, some examples of lights or light therapies that you can use. You can take on vacation with you as you travel. It might help with flying or jet lag. So another way that you can use light therapy is in a steam sauna. I have also researched they make waterproof LED lights for spectrum light therapy that you can put into your showers. You can also install the lights or light systems into a sauna, or even just, buy light bulbs that you can use around your house. So that wraps up this session of our light therapy. I know it was pretty kind of in depth. Hopefully this is interesting and appealing to you. It is kind of a newer topic that I have been researching, and I'm fascinated by it. I think that there's still probably a lot of research and science that will come from finding out more information about light therapy. Obviously, we've had the sun for, millions and millions of years, so it clearly influences us, our bodies, our sleep, our hormones, our skin, our cells. So I think that this is a great modality and technique to kind of help influence and help improve our bodies and well-being. So that wraps up our light therapy session. So our next podcast, we're going to dive into breathing exercises and the benefits of those breathing exercises. As always, keep learning, keep researching, get better, improve, and have fun.